outside my window.
Did you take a piss today?
4 drops. You?
The same, more or less.
More or less?
Less.
Gosh, you guys have got a strange friendship.
In a good friendship, you only tell each other the good things.
David Lang, you are the composer here, and it must be a choice assignment for you as a musician because Michael Caine plays a conductor.
First of all, the great thing about this movie for me was that Paolo had made the decision to make a movie about a composer, which was fantastic. I mean, because we're very interesting. But what that really meant for me was that because he had made the decision that music was going to be the window into the Michael Caine character's personality, into his emotional life throughout the entire movie, that all of that music had to be written before the script was finished, before the scenes were shot. So basically, a lot of my work with Paolo was in advance trying to figure out what the character meant, who the character was, what his journey was, and what role music would play in that. The really great thing about getting in so early on the process was that, I'm very nerdy. I'm a classical musician, and so I really wanted it to be as accurate as possible. So we were talking about him as a conductor. And so I told Paolo, actually, we think that a conductor's power is telling people when to play. But actually, the conductor is especially powerful when they tell people when to shut up. One of the things that pulls the whole movie through is that it begins with talking about the existence of this song. He's a very famous and beloved composer, and he wrote this piece when he was young about love, about his wife. And it's referred to throughout the movie, it's talked about, it's part of the plot, and eventually, at the end of the movie, the climax is you finally get to hear the music, which I wrote. And so the really interesting thing about it is how to figure out what the role would be for this film, for the music as it changed across the film. So I tried to treat it sort of like a motive, the way I would treat it if I were writing an opera. I tried to put little bits of it, so some of the harmony of it is like the harmony that you heard the cows performing so well. And this little violin thing is this little boy trying to play this violin tune, but by the end of the movie you hear one of the world's great virtuoso violinists, Victoria Malova, playing it, and it sounds quite different. So the idea was to make this song something that could carry the emotional journey of this character, which was a really beautiful job. And I actually think it was a very, very powerful thing that Paolo asked the music to do in this film.